I'm Andy Atkins, I'm leader of A Rocha UK, and I just want to fill you in as supporters of ours before we head up to the Glasgow summit on what it is we're trying to achieve there and how you can work with us and pray with us during this very critical period ahead. As you will recall, our mission as A Rocha UK is to equip churches and Christians to restore and protect the environment. The climate change, of course, is a threat to all of God's creation, people and the rest of his creation, nature, wildlife, habitats. So this summit coming up is really important to us for a number of reasons. It's a critical opportunity for governments to take stock of where the world is at on cutting greenhouse gas emissions and hopefully to ratchet up the ambition to agree much bolder targets to cut carbon emissions and other greenhouse gases to forestall catastrophic climate change. Secondly, very importantly, and for the first time ever, nature is on the agenda of a climate summit. And as a nature conservation organisation, that's obviously of interest to us. A very important day during the summit around nature-based solutions is the 6th of November, which is programmed as the day when governments will take their big decisions on what they're going to do about nature-based solutions. So please pray for that day and the work we can do leading up to it. Thirdly, it's in the UK. So there's a unique opportunity for us as individuals and as churches, as part of the British public, unique opportunity as well as a responsibility to raise our voices and influence governments on behalf of the whole world, not just the UK. It's never been here before, it probably won't be here again for many decades, so it's a unique opportunity. So with that in mind, we are going to COP with a small team of staff backed up by volunteers and other staff at base, to try to achieve three things. First of all, we want to play our part in getting governments to agree those bold new targets to cut greenhouse gas emissions and to deliver on promises they've long made but not yet kept, to give $100 billion of aid every year to developing countries to help them go green and adapt to climate change. And we'll be doing that with allies in the Climate Sunday initiative with which we've worked over the last year. And we'll be doing that by showing what churches themselves are committed to doing and urging governments to step up and do the same. So we've got an exhibition there with our partners in Climate Sunday on the 1st of November to showcase what churches in the UK are already committed to doing themselves. The second thing we want to do is to advance nature-based solutions to climate change, particularly to urge governments to make new agreements to stop deforestation, stop destroying grasslands and wetlands that are not only habitat for wildlife but act as carbon sinks, absorbing greenhouse gases safely back into the earth. And we'll be doing that work with our allies in the wider Rocha family. There'll be a lobbying team working together to influence governments from all around the world, but particularly the countries, the 20-odd countries from where A Rocha organisations come. The last thing we'll be really focusing on is reporting back to you, our supporters, to help those in churches and individuals and families who are working with us in A Rocha to know what they can do next and how they can pray, not just during this COP fortnight, but actually after that, whatever the outcome of COP. And to do that, we will be having an exhibition on the 8th of November in the COP area. We will also be showcasing there what you are already doing through programs like Eco Church, Wild Christian, our partners in action. But we'll also be feeding back to you every day, for those who want that level of information, via our website on what's going on, what progress is made, and what you can pray for. And we'll also be feeding into the UK tour of our friends Resound Worship. Now, Resound Worship have very kindly put on a concert tour going around a number of churches in the lead up to the summit, end of summit itself, during the COP fortnight. So if you can get to one of those, please do. It'll be a great opportunity to worship and pray together and hear their wonderful music from their Doxicology album. But we'll also be feeding into that every day on what's gone on in the last 24 hours and how you can pray for it. So thank you very, very much for what you're already doing to cut carbon and to care for nature in your own homes and in your streets and in your churches. We would really appreciate your prayers for what we are trying to do on your behalf at COP. and for wisdom on where we go next after COP, whatever happens. But what we do know is, whatever happens, there will be an urgent need still for Christians and churches to carry on caring for nature practically and to raise their voice for governments to deliver on whatever commitments they make at COP. Thank you very much.